स्टार्ट तो सीन इंग्लिश में बोलना पड़ेगा श्योर. So the daily chart was looking kind of this. Could have framed two both ways. You divide. Ram Singh का mic off करो.
Okay.
Like it could have been framed to both sides. Just looking from the daily chart. Like if Wednesday reversal here, Wednesday reversal, Thursday continuation, and just based off weekly profile, one more day continuation if the daily profile aligns till the previous day high. That was what I was preferring more, because when Wednesday reverses and the weekly candle has not expanded much, I do not prefer Friday to trade back inside until it has met, it has done some expansion in the weekly range direction, and only then I can think of capping the weekly range on Friday. Like OL, HC logic, this open low high close part on Friday only applicable when price has made a bit expansion, not open low then has started. Then you think, okay, just because it is Friday, then back into the range. No. So yes, could have been framed back inside only after Friday have taken previous day high. So I wasn't looking for trading back inside, just looking for this MMBM to previous day high. That was what I was biased more around, but thinking logically, just off daily chart, no weekly profile, no nothing, just off daily chart, was it valid to frame reversal to the opposing side, reversal or retracement back inside from here? Total valid yes. Relevant point hit, price rejecting off of that, right? चाचा मैंने चलानी मार. अभी तक तो क्लियर है ना, बुलिश का मैंने समझाया. Now bearish idea totally valid if 0.5 of this wick stays respected open high, and for bullish idea I would want 0.5 of this, okay, open low high this way. Same structure on every asset. Okay, so then going on to the Orly chart, both sides direction was staying valid. Like this was the validation, invalidation level, bullish EQ if price wants to go higher, and bearish EQ this 0.5 of the wick, which I have already marked here, right? So not much convictional direction, or I have conviction with any direction. I can frame it to both sides, okay, right? Reversal off of here, relevant point, forget this for a moment. Relevant point, right? Rejecting off of here, so can frame reversal, yes. Expansion met with expansion, so framing continuation the next day. Total value, weekly profile based, that would not make much sense to you guys, which my bullish idea, right? But just like be it for the moment. Bullish idea made sense, yes. So on the days when I have double-sided bias, not much conviction, I tend to demand more, not take early entries, demand more from price action, and usually let driver go without me and tell me which side ideally. Okay, when I have clear, I would talk much more about this in the drivers session. Like when do I try to frame before 9:30, 8:30? When do I try to let 8:30, 9:30 release without me participating to gain more conviction over a certain idea, to confirm narrative of one direction, directional narrative. So have you understood? what I said till now?
Yes.
Okay, so going into the day looked like OLHC, and if this move lower was a retracement, right? Price rejecting off of relevant swing, this move lower could be retracement, could be reversal, right? So then if this is going to be retracement, this level rests below EQ and is in a clear relevant level and has displaced away from it. So I would not want to see price coming all the way back here. Would be valid kind of to an extent, but I would not want to see like price opening here then open low this much, right? Then I would rather avoid the day. So the next relevant level, if I am taking this as predicted, this becomes the next relevant swing, right? So
Correct.
price comes, takes that, shows rejection off of that. So I'm thinking yes, Asia reversal, but still price could form New York reversal to go lower respecting the EQ. So I'm not completely trusting this Asia low of the day, neither trusting this New York or London high of the day. So waiting more for drivers. Now I can think of OHLC from here. Like if you had bearish bias, just leave this for a moment. If you had bearish bias, this would have been the best spot, right? For the high of the day to be put in.
Correct.
Manipulation, protected high, respecting EQ, right? But it stayed valid at the same time for bullish idea as well. Low of the day, continuation purge around New York. So if bearish, then this EQ. If bullish, then this EQ. So still double-sided, right? So that's why that led me to waiting more, right? Now going on to M15. Now I'm thinking this way, like if this is gonna be high of the day, then price forms the continuation leg off of this high. If this is gonna be stay protected, then this high sports the move lower, then right. So even if I am bearish, even if I am bullish, I do not tend to take any entry here because like 2 3 reasons I would not want to confuse you because you people don't know much about how I correlate drivers. So be it, can you logically frame bearish from here if you had clear convictional bearish bias? Totally yes. So I, while seeing this, decided to like, okay, sit back for a moment, let 930 print most probably, right? To like validate one idea, invalidate other, or give more added confidence to your direction, to your narrative. Okay. Now, if this high is gonna reject lower and make it like Friday OHLC, then this level shouldn't support it higher, right? Like then this move off of this high should be reversal and not retracement. If this move back inside off of this high is retracement and the narrative is poised to be higher, then this should support it higher, right?
Correct.
9:30 कुछ खास नहीं यहाँ पे मैं स्टिल देख रहा हूँ मैंने एंट्री कहाँ ली थी 10 AM से पहले
10 a.m. just पहले.
so I see displacement from here then, right? So I can now think, okay, like even if leave this, if this high was being manipulated, is this a manipulation to you? Manipulation to me is like relevant level hit, expansion met with expansion, not expansion met with right. This high wanted to make price go lower and expansion into relevant POI, immediate expansion to the opposing side. So kind of bearish idea, kind of invalidated to me. This as a minimum draw, but if this gets violated, then the bearish idea is almost violated. Then previous day becomes a draw because already EQ here. So, but the only thing which made the bearish bias work was YM and RTY. I didn't have much look on them because I had to leave for my home warlike situations. No. ES swept these. Yes. Clear failure swings on the opposing side. Sure, yes. And this SMT here. So now, can I use it to my framework? Lows being rejected, right? Rise staying above EQ of previous day's range, Asia reversal, London or early New York retracement, then 9:30 around retracement, low being rejected, displacement away. So this was a kind of good framework for me to think, yes, now drivers are not aligning much for the bearish idea. If I wanted a bearish idea, yes, this was SMT, but I wasn't much convinced with this due to the low time frame structure, if I am not wrong. And so the drivers, you people don't know the relation about drivers, that's why it may confuse you. But I do take interest prior to drivers when I have clear convictional bias for unidirectional bias, like I mean one directional, like either bullish or nothing, either bearish or nothing. And then when I get the framework, I do frame before drivers with the expectation of drivers expanding in my direction. But when I have less conviction towards one direction, like both directions look good, can be logically framed to both directions, then I want to wait for drivers to tell me which is the right direction for the day. Like if drivers reject a high, show manipulation of the continuation purge dash dash dash. So that is what exactly I did on Friday. Just looking at ES and NQ's framework, 100% valid idea of me framing it. I framed it on ES. This was SMT. I personally framed it on ES. This was my entry. मेरे को सेल डालना पड़ेगा नया रुको. ओके डन. नहीं अभी भी ऐसे चल रहा है चोर. नहीं आप ठीक है. अब कुछ ज्यादा फास्ट चल रहा है भाई. हाँ ठीक है. So this मैंने इसको चेंज करा था क्या? यस. अच्छा हुआ दिख गए. So see, even if you wanted to short, not much good of a framework for me. Like only setup if you wanted to short it, I'm able to not even M5 setup. Like if you wanted to short, assuming this is the high of the day, you want to frame continuations entries, right? This SMT around 9:30. How is it lacking to close below here, right? This isn't something you wanna see, right?
Exactly.
Neither did it close on ES. It did close on ES, yes, but ES was more so bullish
Exactly.
than bearish to me. ठीक. Sure. And see one thing, I did not even think of watching M1 here. I would like make it more systematic for you guys, like when to frame M1, when not to. Okay. Like here, even not even M3, M5 are clear to me. Why would I make it more difficult for me to frame M1? But this looked too good. Like protected swing here in the daily range, low of the day. Protected swing here. Then this too good of a protected swing, immediate displacement away. And trusting this as the established swing of previous H1 candle, you can see, right? Taking entries after 8 a.m. obviously, 8 a.m. here. No clear entry was there for me, right? We know Asia reversal, so taking entries after 8 a.m. I can't trust any of the setup here for longing. First setup after 8 a.m. Valid to me, I took somewhere here. I don't know exactly the fill, but it wasn't here. I do remember somewhere here, targeting the previous day high. I had some 3.6, yes, something this RR. And had I, if I had conviction with my direction, I had added and would have trailed as well to this low. Why this low? If this is the established reversal in the like established continuation for the New York, then what should the next driver do? Relevant established swing prior to driver, which is 10 a.m. What should 10 a.m. do? Expand away from it, right? 10 a.m. open low relevant POI as an order block, you can say, or this fair value gap, open low, immediate displacement away. Too good, clear close, right? But I did not have a like clear expectation of it going bullish 100%. It would have been total valid if it may would have went bearish off of these eyes, and YM like was still okay with framing bearish. So I rather than trailing, I had put my stop there only without trailing here. I would add and trail here on the days if I get the exact low type of structure, but when I have clear conviction on the direction on H1, H4 or daily. Give me exact same structure, but give me better framework on higher time frames, I would add and trail here 100% of the time. But wasn't trusting as much on the high time frame, so I kept my stop here. And this I would say was a valid loss to me because I waited rather than taking 1, 2, 3, 4 L's, 5 L's, 10 L's, be it any here. So 1 L aligned with the system far better to me. Had I stayed or like stayed a bit more on the charts, I would have been able to frame YM shorts maybe. I left before I could see. Now this was what I took. Valid to me. Now talking about YM, why I'm talking that only valid idea was on YM. Okay. This ES and NQ was same. Valid to you guys. Neither did NQ close on M3, neither did it close on M5 for the short sale. This short idea or long idea clear on NQS. Now I would explain if yes, now I would go over why YM was a better, then give
Clear, bhai.
one two opinion about how to deal, how to manage better on days like these. Can you see a established swing here on RTY? Yes. EQ immediately
Yes.
goes away though, so I would consider this as EQ being respected. Manipulation of a high, immediate displacement away, right? While
Correct.
having SMT there. Now let's get onto the lower time frames here. This was SMT on YM. After 9:30, and if you guys remember, when I shared the M15 chart, like this was the best level I wanted it to go long from, but this level instead got displaced through, see exactly this level, and price break through it, forming true breakout while having a protected swing here, right? And clear closures below this candle, not unlike NQ and ES, right? So I would rather use this as a framework, not an entry, because NQES framework was still valid, like longing here NQES, right? So
Yes.
then 10 a.m. opens, sweeps out a high, and even if I wanted it to go long, I would have wanted it to like form 10 a.m.'s low here. So rather forms a established high while respecting this, having SMT there. 9:30 forms kind of manipulation, right? Not kind of proper manipulation. 9:30 opposing candles forming order block, sweeping out a high, truly breaking below this low, clean, and then 10 a.m. opens, sweeps out a high, established protected high, closer below here. So looks much better, right? 9:30 and 10 a.m. align these two drivers for bearish expansion, and that's why I kept calling out like YM would go to low of the day. I did not see this coming. I was saying it here as well, even when this setup hasn't formed yet. Like YM, if price would go to low of the day, YM would be the one making it go to low of the day. I would have taken maybe if I would have stayed at charts, but like reaching home was much better priority to me rather than catching YM shots. So this would have been the entry, because now not clean conviction with the direction before drivers. 9:30 confirms this SMT there with RTY. RTY has a protected swing on H1 while respecting the EQ of previous day's range, right? Not clean low time frame picture, but yes. M5 on YN. Not much. M3 better. So this would have been the entry too low of the day then. Assuming it as Thursday reversal off of this high and Friday continuation. Like this would have been the setup on YM, which you would have taken. Two valid setups. One I did take, one I wasn't on charts anymore. One was the ES. I would say both would be like, I would rate both as A plus setups. YM long, ES long, which I did take, YM long, which I didn't. Both A plus setup, because are confirmed by drivers, not like taking early entries, like assuming anticipation. And so this would have been the entry. So both done. But the thing which I wanted to talk more about was like, yes, you have a system, we have a system, but in the end we are humans. We do forget, or we sometimes are not able to see things which sometimes our system tells us, but we are not able to see them sometimes. So that's why, like, I had a thought in my mind from the starting that I would teach you guys A to Z, top to down, everything, so that you don't need to become independent just because he says so, just because he is saying this and this should be right. Like, so that you people can have your own independent idea over anything as well. That's why I taught you from the basic, going in depth onto each and everything, from everything I use and how I use properly. For like, I can do it wrong sometimes as well. Like, not like my system is wrong or it would be a system error, it would be a human error from me. It could be any day, right? I can make human errors. Like, sometimes there would be a good setup on Vim. Maybe I do ignore it, right? Maybe I am not able to see it. ES would be saying short, Vim would be saying long. Maybe I ignore one asset. That would be a human error, right? So not a system error. So that's why I taught you in depth those foundational concepts in depth, so that you can frame independently without like thinking like, okay, just because he taught us, he is saying so, this should be done this way only. Like, yes, I have more experience with my system, but don't think that my system I can frame it the best way. Sometimes I can make human error as well. That's where the thing comes, that you have to be independent as well. Think independently, because you have all the resources which you need without having a need to like seek help from any external source, be it me or anyone else. Like, I did not see this, I forgot about this. Had I seen this, I may would have thought, yes, I would short Vim, and maybe I would have shorted Vim, then left for home. Maybe, who knows?
Yes.
But the thing is, I missed this framework. Human error from my side. I was only watching NQS from here. And yes, just looking at NQS, my idea was 100% valid. I would take it every day. But missing of this shot was because I did not see RTY here, SMT there. So valid, protected high of the day, right? Can frame it away. And which asset looks more appealing to go till low of the day? Vim, right? This has gone much higher. This is still valid to come till here, right? Vim came to low of the day in this candle only, 10 a.m. So not going much higher than that. This was displacing. That's why Vim was a better pick. But this was a human error. So I hope you people got my point. Like, making or differentiating between your errors between a system error. Was it a system error? Like, should my system needs to be refined, or was it a human error? I do anything wrong, which if I would have framed it the right way according to my system, then it would have been valid. I'm not saying if you take a L, then it is an error. Like, the ES long was valid to for my system, and I did not make a human error there. I did not make a system error. That was valid. Like, judging positions regardless of their outcomes, but how you frame them. That is what I am talking about. I hope you are getting my point. Like, be it BE position, break even position, SLTP, don't judge it that way. Judge a position. If you followed your system, judge your position by that thing. If you followed your system properly, right? And if you didn't follow your system properly, got my point? There would be many days where like my system would give me entry to two clean draw, but I would not be able to frame it because like maybe I wouldn't have seen to this direction. I would have been watching to the other direction. Like, there were many days Om Bhai framed to the right direction and I wasn't even able to frame that way because I had the opposite bias. Ombay and me are using the same system almost, right? So not a system
Correct.
error most of the time. A human error is there most of the times. Yes, if a system error is there, you journal it, you refine it, and then tell yourself if it is a system error, if it is a human error. System errors could be there, yes, but at this point of time, there are very less chances of a system error being there. Do not think if your system gives you an L, it is a system error. No, it is part of your system. If even if your system gives you a win, but that win is like framed wrong way, I would consider that a system error. Like, I'm not able to explain it properly, but I hope you people are getting it. Most of your problems would be human error. You not able to frame the system right away. So don't think the system is wrong. Just think you need more experience with the system, and how would you get more experience? By failing more, by doing more, by framing it more and more every day life, by gaining stacking experience, stacking wins, stacking losses, stacking break evens, just by doing it consistently. That's how you will gain experience. That's how you will get better at using the system. Just one thing. And I do make human errors with my system as well, till this date as well. Anybody can, but the thing is, you have to realize and differentiate between system errors and human errors, and then reflect back on them properly. Like, if it is a human error, what could have been done properly? This, that, that. If it is a system error, then study the projection more deeply. I would go much deeper, much deep about it when the mentorship ends, and I solely focus on you guys each week, every day. But this was just a recap. So yes, kind of overview session for driver session as well, but not completely. So don't try to get an idea. So any doubts about bearish or bullish idea on Friday? And don't think it was a system error, it was a human error. That ESL was 100% valid. It's just that I wasn't able to frame this short till here because I was in a hurry to reach my home. Maybe because of that, I was in an ultimate hurry because I had to reach to my home anyhow, and I had to go on my own. So I was like, either give me TP, either give me SL fast, then I would leave fast. So maybe that hurry made me not able to frame this. डाउट्स तो बताओ भाई अगर है तो. आज मैं भी अपनी रिकैप वगैरह कर रहा हूँ, सारा पुरानी वीडियोस देख रहा हूँ, फिर अपनी वीडियोस से ही सीख रहा हूँ, थोड़ी एक दो वीडियोस और देख रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरे को क्योंकि ड्राइवर सेशन में मैं कुछ लिखा हुआ प्रिपेयर नहीं करूंगा, पता है, इसलिए तो कह रहा हूँ वो मैं कभी भी ले सकता हूँ. और ड्राइवर सेशन में जो डेली प्रोफाइल की एक दो इमेजेस हैं वो एज इट इज यूज कर लूंगा, उन्हीं पे समझाऊंगा, और ड्राइवर सेशन में डायरेक्ट एग्जांपल्स पे ही समझाऊंगा. लाइक 2-3 एग्जांपल्स मैंने यही डाल दिए, उन्हीं को उठा लूंगा. बाकी ड्राइवर सेशन का मेन मकसद जो भी आप सीख पाओगे, और ड्राइवर सेशन में कोई टास्क भी नहीं होगा शायद, वो सीख ही आप तो पाओगे एक्सपीरियंस कर करके, क्योंकि उसका टास्क मेरे को पता ही नहीं है डलवाना कैसे, क्योंकि मैं खुद ही यहाँ पे कुछ पोस्ट नहीं करूंगा ड्राइवर सेशन का. मेरे हिसाब से वो जस्ट अलाइनमेंट है, कब पहले करना है, कब ड्राइवर से अपना बायस कंफर्म करना है, कब बायस कंफर्म हो तो ड्राइवर की एडवांटेज लेनी है पहले बैठ के, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. लाइक आप समझो 99% हो गई मेंटरशिप. और ये देखिए आपको अब लग रहा है वन शॉट वन किल आपके लिए इजी होगा फ्रेम करना, राइट?
यस बट थोड़ा और आई नीड टू वर्क ऑन इट.
हाँ, पर अब मच इजियर है ना, मच इजियर. और पहले आपके लिए बेसिक डेज इजियर थे जो कि अंधे डिफिकल्ट होते हैं, है ना. और अब आप और वो
Yes.
आपके 1 shot 1 kill days डिफिकल्ट थे और जो कि अब 2 क्लीन लग रहे हैं, राइट? लाइक अब
Yes,
जाना
भाई
मेरे
बट थोड़ा और
मेरे
आगे
इधर,
को
अब मैं जाना मेरी पोजीशंस में, मतलब आपको दिख जाएगा कौन सा बेसिड डेज है कौन सा नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने मेरी बहुत ज्यादा
करेक्ट।
पोजीशन मैंने बेसिड वाली भी डालनी है इधर, तो तभी मैंने डिसीजन लिया मैं नहीं डालूंगा, ठीक है? देखना आपको एक वाईएम की 3
हाँ
मिनट आपने एक दिन मेरे को पूछी थी, याद है? बहुत पहले, मैं ही दिखा देता हूँ।
वही। हाँ उस दिन एसएमआर एंट्री थी करके। हाँ
हाँ,
यप आई
जिसको
रिमेम्बर
आप
सर।
एसएमआर बोल रहे थे, पर डेली
हाँ
प्रोफाइल बेस्ड पूरी लाइन थी, तो मैं
तब मैंने देखा।
M1 पे देखूंगा भी क्यों आया। तो बात हुआ है, लोग
यस यस यस।
बेसिड और लोग उससे कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे ना। और डोंट थिंक एम फ्रेमिंग M1 इज बेसिड, बेसिड और 1 shot 1 kill depends on the H4 or daily framework, and I would make a systematic approach for you guys to differentiate the 1 shot 1 kill days. 1 shot 1 kill days सिंपल है, जैसे तुम्हें सिखाया गया। एस्टैब्लिश रिवर्सल है, ये ऐसा एस्टैब्लिश पॉइंट है जिससे अवे फ्रेम कर सकते हो। रेलेवेंट स्विंग, एस्टैब्लिश रिवर्सल, frame the daily profile away from it. This is 1 shot 1 kill just. And what I mean to say by M1, M3, M5, like I would give you guys a systematic approach when to frame M1 on 1 shot 1 kill days, how to frame it, or when to stick to M3, M5. The best priority 90% of the time is, as I gave you, sticking to M3, M5, M15 for 1 shot 1 kill days. Like I never mentioned about M1, right?
यस
In the entries part.
करेक्ट।
एक मेरी M6 की एंट्री याद है आपको? 930 से पहले ली थी,
यस
ये
यस
बड़ी देर पहले।
हाँ हाँ
वो क्योंकि
यस।
डायरेक्शन से कन्विक्शन, तो ड्राइवर से प्रायर एंट्री। अब ये काइंड ऑफ था मेरे को कन्विक्शन, काइंड ऑफ, हाँ वैसे गई थी ये एंट्री यार। अब इसमें मैंने 2 एंट्रीज दी थी, आपको दिख रही होगी, 1 2।
करेक्ट।
पहली एंट्री थी लाइक न्यूयॉर्क की रिवर्सल है ना, लंदन बोलो न्यूयॉर्क बोलो, एशिया तो नहीं है, राइट?
करेक्ट।
तो उसमें कंटिन्यूशन M15 OB, ये यहीं पे क्लियर सेटअप इससे बेटर किया, डायरेक्ट यहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूट, और दिस स्टेट प्रोटेक्टेड। NQ कौन सा डे है? डे बता दो मेरे को भाई। May 5. And now it would make sense that why I used to say like 1 shot 1 kill entries are the 2 simple ones. May 5 भाई कहाँ गया वो?
मंडे यस मंडे नेक्स्ट 2 दिन पहले।
ये शायद
हाँ वही है वही है।
Okay, I was thinking that yes, till here or here maybe. YM. तो नहीं, YM till here maybe, पता नहीं। H4 पे ड्रॉ होगा यहाँ पे इन लोगों में से किसी का एक अच्छा। So to review daily profile aligns a bit SMT here there, I don't exactly remember. This relevant key level backed by EQ staying held. Like if price wanted to go higher, this was the best key level to be used. वो याद है ना कि using relevant key levels backed by EQ logic, right? This
Yes.
is a relevant swing as well, but not backed by EQ, right? If price comes all the way this much back, this is more bearish than bullish to me, right? So this EQ resting around here, relevant level being held, and SMT here, there. I don't exactly remember where. Okay,
Nice.
this was a SMT. Now I would talk about using when to use the weaker asset to long. You would have seen me doing it. Like ES was stronger, but instead I still framed this weaker asset. And sometimes I would frame the stronger asset. I would talk about this as well, like taking it step by step. I did not want to go this much deep for the normal people because they would get more confused than it would help them, because I know I would have to personally teach them in depth. So rather teaching them a little bit about would do more bad than good for them. So rather not teach it them these little few things. So I framed this at first. Early New York reversal, like treat it as the way you would treat London reversal, like Asia reversal not happening, rise reversing around London or after London, same criteria, continuation entries, M15 entry clear, valid.
Yes.
So I framed this and it stayed protected, but I took a break even on it because I had trailed my stop. Original position stayed valid, but it is just what it is till this relevant swing, yes. But I was trailed at break even. Yes, I took partials on the way. And this entry, are you able to see this? Why? Right?
Yes. Daily range continuation.
Reversal continuation entry 830 opposing run, already expecting 930 to distribute. Reversal put in prior to driver, a driver forming opposing run, then continuation. So then this is enough of a framework for me to say next driver should expand. Next driver did expand, but after trailing में नहीं 930 ने ट्रेल करा, इस चोर ने ट्रेल करा था. इधर
After 9:30, you played break even. Okay.
like this looked valid to me, still valid to me, but risk reward wasn't valid. I would have taken this. Like even after being stopped at break even, I would have still taken this because my idea was valid. And I had not been stopped on break even. It was a partial win, not a break even, partial win, because I had taken partials on the way. I did take some partials there, already much in my favor, like 2 or more than 2 hours, right?
Correct.
And so this was still valid. 930 जो भी 930 around continuation. M5 clean manipulation here, SMT around there, this low. So continuation entry, but risk reward was, you can say, 1.5. Could have taken maybe, but I rather decided to 1.5 hours already stopped on break even. Total valid, yes, but I said let it go. If I get something on ES or maybe any other asset, maybe. Stayed valid, yes. So leave it. Why am I framing other trades as well? So बात यह है कि सिस्टम एरर और ह्यूमन एरर वाली चीज पे मैं फोकस देना चाहता था बहुत ज्यादा. साथ साथ मैं ढूंढ रहा था कि क्लीन वन शॉट वन किल एंट्रीज भी दिखाऊं. लाइक
And then by daily profile for the task, what if we can use everyday journaling?
तो और क्या करना है भाई? अभी मैंने आपको दिया ही नहीं।
मतलब
अभी
उसी
मैंने
को in a way journal when we do it we add drivers वाला thing. That's it.
हाँ कि अभी मैंने इसलिए तो मैंने बोल रहा था, मैंने मन में था कि जैसे चल रहा है चलने दो, अभी मैंने कुछ आपको बोला ही नहीं। तो जब मेंटरशिप हो जाती है उसके बाद मैं एक एक दिन करके लाइक tell you guys what to do, how to do this, that. Back testing, I would tell you guys to start back testing, collect data, that, this, that, many other things as well. So then I would make you guys work a lot harder than now. So until it starts, I was like, let it go as it is going, let it run. जो भी यार भूल जाता हूँ।
अब मेरा भी सेम ही क्वेश्चन था। अभी जैसे आपने लंदन रिवर्सल, न्यूयॉर्क रिवर्सल की आप लोगों को एक्सप्लेन किया, अब मैं बैक टेस्ट में जो मैंने बैक टेस्ट किया उसमें मुझे अभी समझ आ रहा है कि अच्छा एक सेकंड, ये लंदन पे रिवर्स हुआ, इसके लिए मुझे 15 मिनट पे एंट्री मिला भी
And
था
now
उसमें।
a more systematic approach,
वही
right?
एग्जाम हाँ तो वही एग्जाम्पल अगर डाल दो टास्क में तो चलेगा ना? मतलब
हाँ डालो भाई, जब तक जैसे डालना डालो। अभी मैंने मना नहीं करा, अभी मेरा है जैसे चल रहा है चलने दो, क्योंकि अभी मैंने आप लोगों को एग्जैक्ट रिस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं लगाई प्रॉपर, क्या कैसे के कैसे।
ठीक है, ओके।
अच्छा तो जैसे ये दिन देखो, अनएस्टैब्लिश्ड लो, एस्टैब्लिश्ड काइंड ऑफ हाई, राइट है ना? क्लीन ड्रॉ, राइट, बदतमीज एलपीजी एज जो भी बोलो, पर वीकली रेंज में देखो, unestablished lows, previous day reversal, next day continuation. And I don't think anybody was able to catch this move because I did not see any positions from any ICT, like any person who trades ICT and keeps posting their execution, like not glorifying myself, but it was too clean to not execute on it. Like clean previous days reversal, current day expansion candle, open high London reversal, established high over 18 open, right?
Yes.
London reversal, this was 4 a.m. So I can take early New York entries, right? London reversal, early New York entry, established high of 6 a.m. plus M15 continuation entry for the daily range. Short there, you get no other opportunity. There was M1 opportunity here, if I remember. ES short. But see how effortless this is. High of the day put in, frame clear M15 order block continuation just, and boom, boom, boom. Any device to play.
But I saw it sooner than by that day, but I didn't know all
you
this.
wouldn't
If
have
I had known it,
conviction
I would have
framing
probably taken 100%.
Hello, Anji.
मतलब I saw it that day. कैसा?
बंदी है मैं सामने देख रहा हूँ मेरे को ठीक है हाँ थोड़ी देर तक एक दो बजे तक आ जाऊंगा ओके ओके यही सेम पोजीशन आपको अब मिले, अब आप कन्विक्शन के साथ लोगे ना, तब आपके पास अप्रोच ही नहीं थी कि ये क्यों कैसे, आपके मन में था हाँ जा सकता है, हाँ मे बी, पर अब है सिस्टमेटिक अप्रोच, तो उसके पहले इसलिए मैं बोल ही नहीं रहा था कुछ। और ये चीज जैसे 18 ओपन को एज ए यूज करना एस्टैब्लिश्ड है, ये चीज लोगों को नहीं पता है भाई।
तो भी आपको सीखा।
हाँ जैसे ये तो ये लोगों को पता नहीं क्या लग रहा होगा, तो मेरे को अब मैं यूज करते आया हूँ तभी मेरे लिए आसान है, तो शायद आप भी कहते थे एक टाइम पे कि भाई कॉम्प्लेक्स है आपका सिस्टम, मैंने कहा वो तो अब मैंने मेहनत कर करके मेरे लिए तो आसान है भाई।
ये ओपनिंग वाला तो किसी ने नहीं बताया हुआ है, पहले मुझे लगता था लोग रैंडमली बस कहीं से भी, कोई रेलेवेंट स्विंग नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, कहाँ से जा रहा है,
रैंडम कैंडल का हाई याद हो गया मेरे को
हाँ
वैसे
मतलब कि बस है कैसे रैंडमली कैंडल का हाई स्वीप हो और उसको मान लिया कि बस
हाँ
ये
देखने में तो
relevant
ये मेरा भी ऐसे लगेगा किसी का भी हाई उठा लिया ऐसे कोई रेलेवेंट थोड़ी लग रहा है रेलेवेंट तो यही
हाँ,
होगा ना
अब लग रहा है रेलेवेंट। हाँ,
हाँ।
नहीं अब लग रहा है ना, तब नहीं लगता था।
Yes.
What you teach to
Can you speak?
मेरे को कोई मिल क्यों नहीं रही
There's a question, Sunandan bhai, chat पे, gang chat by Dishan bhai.
यार 2 मिनट like this day here completely valid to short Monday reversal off of relevant swing yes relevant swing back into the range daily profile aligning with the idea totally you can short and there was one shot one kill entry around m5 around 9:30 m5 was the time frame like I know but I did frame this true breakout here but I do remember there was like before 10:45 I guess so there was a m5 2 good entry on this day till low of the day obviously like I was still able to frame that move I missed that m5 but I do still have the skill to frame it on the low time frames as well if I miss the main entry so you would have got an idea why I told you to mainly frame m3 m5 and why still I said today like I would tell you guys when to frame m1 on the one shot one kill days as well this is one of those days like when your main priority should always be framing m3 m5 if you accidentally miss then you would look to frame this m1 like your main priority shouldn't be this any day okay
Correct.
two scenarios if the series for m3 m5 candles is too large like you aren't even getting 1:1 then you think of framing m1 and there are two three more things you would need to think about I would talk about it some time later about the singer
Abhi to Sunandan bhai, I'm thinking after doing just 2 examples of daily profile, I'm thinking if it is a OSOP day, simply sit and wait for low of the day or high of the day to be put in and catch continuation depending on the reversal profile.
अच्छा ये
And
एंट्री
if it is
देखना भाई ठीक है
New York reversal profile, simply wait for M3,
ये एंट्री
M5
देखो
opposing
थर्सडे और
continuation
लेट्स सी
plus.
थर्सडे और लेट्स सी ऑफ ऑफ प्रीवियस डे लो ठीक है
Correct.
previous day low rejecting off of there now London reversal I can frame early New York as well but I do not get an entry this is too large of a range for me right
Correct.
because I am thinking kind of large week yes it can go to previous day high as well only after I see displacement over this high so my main objective at first would be this high or a current high of the day as well right so
Correct.
framing this with SL layer does not even give 1:1 till here maybe so I would use this as a framework and think okay kind of establish I put in continuation leg reversal put in so yes New York drivers can expand readily so when I come in here 8 a.m. OLHC clean opposing candle SMT there 8 a.m.'s established high right established low sorry with
Low.
SMT clean close over enough of a framework for me to long I desperately showed where did I execute so that people don't think I executed somewhere here can see clearly there and would have framed 9:30 if it would have closed somewhere a bit more here as well like yes it is a good close but not too much of a good close I wanted it to close a bit here like clean close above the down close candle getting my idea so 8:30 forms a opposing run candle so I have expectation of New York drivers already expanding so I would frame prior to 9:30 coming from the H4 daily H1, I have a clear one directional bias, at least long till high of the day, right? If not till previous day high, then at least, if not till here, if not till here, then at least till high of the day, right?
Correct.
And this entry went to previous day high 7-8 hour. I would have surely added more, but I was in like not full with my risk. I don't know what was the scene at that time. This was properly valid to like frame it, but I thought, okay, we have missed Mumbai. I would add if my direction is right, which it is in my opinion, from the higher time frame and the lower time frame drivers alignment, daily profiles alignment. I have executed properly well according to my system. Just I have not put on proper risk which I should be putting on. So 930 should expand as well. So Mumbai, yes, if it closes above, I would add, but it does not close here and then it closes here. Then I said, Mumbai, leave it. First, I like took a partial there and then said, Mumbai, let's have our last runner here or till previous day आए. फिर वो था ही इतना, मैंने कहा मुंबई rather than being stopped at break even, इसको यहाँ पे बुक ही कर लो. Accept your fate. We did not get a chance to execute here. Let's get it out. Let's get out. So that's why executed both there then. क्या बोलूं मैं, होता है कभी. So this is one of those one shot one kill days. और इस दिन तो मेरे साथ स्कैम हुआ भाई, क्या बोलूं मैं, बहुत गंदा स्कैम हुआ है ऐसा. इतनी मस्त एंट्री, मैंने बोला हूँ भाई इसके क्लोज पे लेंगे, 2 मिनट में बाहर गया, उसका क्लोज मेरे सामने ही हुआ. मैं लॉग इन कर रहा हूँ, मेरे सामने पहले सेकंड में इतनी ऊपर भागी है ना, क्या बोलूं मैं. M5 एंट्री थी. Like see this retracement back into the range. So objectives would be internal levels around EQ of the range, and daily profile aligning with the idea. Asia reversal, small wick, Asia reversal, then neo continuation framing after 8 a.m. If I were to frame M15, I would have wanted a closer below here, right? No closure, clearly. And then M5, you could have taken this directly, is in alignment, yes, but I wasn't watching at this moment. I came around here on gold, like framed the high time frame framework while these candles were printing. Like I was watching daily H4 H1 while these candles were printing. So if I would have gotten 5-10 minutes late, yes, I would have missed. Like this was valid as well. Asia reversal, so framing continuation entries around you after 8 a.m. 8 a.m. hits relevant key level. Immediately close over, clean close over, execute there, stop there. But this wouldn't have been valid if this isn't a clear opposing candle on GC. On MGC it was. So this, I would rate both entries valid. This one and this one. I did not execute on this one because I wasn't there at that time. Then when I see continuation entry forming after here, sweep of current 9 AM high or relevant swings high, clean closer below here, it did close below. And so I execute and boom boom. Clean one shot one kill setup. मैं ये है M1 पे तो मैं ज्यादा समझाना नहीं चाहूंगा. वन शॉट वन किल डे भी नहीं है, काइंड ऑफ है वैसे है. प्रीवियस डे का फ्रेमवर्क, price should either manipulate here or displace below here, price displacing below here, so the draw becomes lower. EQ of H4 candles, yes, being respected, so relevant point for high of the day to be put in. Price displacing away from there. London reversal. New York continuation. I am not able to get M3, M5 structure what was there, so let's leave it. This M1 position, whenever you see me taking this, assume I have missed the main entry. Like, first thing that should come in your mind 80%, 70% of the time, like, yes, your mentor would have missed the main entry. That's why your mentor is framing 1 minute entry on the one shot one kill day. This should be the first thought that should come into your mind. Because I wouldn't prefer to take M1 entries when I have clear framework which I can capitalize clearly and I can execute on clear system without analyzing much advanced way, like true breakout here, open high, continuation entry, EQ logic, this, that. Simple entries, bro. Why would I want to make it complicated for myself? मेरे को कोई अच्छी मिल नहीं रहा ये. Like, yes, this AM did execute on this one as well. I have used this as an example in the daily profile example as well. This is what Asia reversal, New York continuation. Remember this M5 time frame. Okay, remember this M15 time frame. Both I have used this example. This is much for good setup. YM. This one. The YM. Too good of an example. Relevant key level. If not fair value gap, previous day high is enough to be used as a relevant key level. SMT there. Small wick. Thursday known for capping the weekly range. And the daily profile aligns with that idea as well. So if you not assume this move back inside as reversal, daily profile tells you that this should be a move lower. And even if you assume this move lower as a retracement, then EQ should be the minimum objective, right? Even if you assume this move lower as a retracement. But because daily profile isn't allowing for a move higher, so that's why it should be a move lower this day. Properly reacting off of previous day and then drivers aligning with the bearish profile. So 100% bearish for the day. And there was M15 relevant level around here. Yes, that would have been 100% a partialing spot and then final to be here. Like this level. Makes sense why this Asia reversal, New York continuation, sweep of relevant high, 830 CPI release. Okay, New York continuation after 8 AM. Anyways, you would frame after 830 CPI release. And then this closer here, this was the same entry what I took, right? It's too clean. Why to even bother like doing advanced analysis? Just simple manipulation here, continuation, just execute and set and forget. Send 2-3 years to Rajasthan and forget. समझ अबे मैं बोलते बोलते एक चीज फिर भूल गया यार. ठीक है, अब एंड करेंगे ये बात फिर से करके कि बात ये है कि you people should be judging your mistakes or differentiating between them as if those were system error or if those were human error. Like you did something bad or if your system was bad there, right? Don't think if you take an L and it was a system error, it would be a part of your system. No system has 100% win rate, and it is logical to not have 100% win rate because every system should fail at times, because if something fails 100% or if something works 100% of the time, it gets wrecked. It wouldn't be working for like longer periods of time, wouldn't be sustainable, I'm saying. Like if the normal simple low probable things would always give SL to the newbies, would newbies ever like stop or keep sticking to them, like MSS plus FVG, right? This If this setup always gave SL to newbies, right? Wouldn't you think newbies would 100% stop trusting this? So bad setups need to work sometime as well, right? So that the newbies trust that yes, their setups works as well, so that they should not leave the bad setups. And when those bad setups work, those will be the times, 1 or 2 times the good setups will not work, and those are increasing probability of your setups working for the 8 times out of 10. Because when those 2 times those bad setups work, they made the normal people or beginners believe that they aren't doing anything wrong, the market was just wrong all the previous time and they were doing it right. And so engineering more liquidity for the next 10 positions as well, when they would lose on those 8 positions just by taking 2 winners. So making those 2 SLs which you would take, on which those low probability setups, the people who would take low probability setups would take a win. You would take a SL on those 2 setups, but that would make your 8 winning setups much more rewarding, right? Much more high probable. Makes sense now? So instead, your losses are doing good for yourself for the long term. Yes, I should also stop recording.